As the end of your commercial lease approaches, one important task you'll need to face is the dilapidations survey. Dilapidations refers to the condition of the property and whether it meets the agreed upon maintenance and repair standards outlined in your lease. A dilapidations survey is typically conducted by the landlord or their surveyor to assess whether you're leaving a property in a state that aligns with your lease obligations. The results of this survey can have a big impact on your finances, with the potential for costly claims if issues are found. So how can you prepare for a dilapidations survey and ensure you're in the best position to avoid any surprises? I'm Tim Clarke, Chartered Building Surveyor and Managing Director at Harrison Clarke Chartered Surveyors, and I'll be presenting a brief guide to help you get ready. The first step in preparing for a dilapidations survey is to review your lease agreement. This is the document that outlines your obligations as a tenant regarding the maintenance and repair of the property. You should focus on sections that cover repair and maintenance obligations. Are you responsible for keeping the property in good condition throughout the lease term? Are there any specific areas of the property that you're liable for maintaining, or equally any excluded areas? Return condition. What does the lease specify about the condition in which you need to return the property? Are you required to hand it back in a certain state of repair or to a certain standard? Normally this will be in a condition consistent with the lease, but sometimes it will require you to take certain actions, such as replacing carpets just before lease end. Alterations and improvements. Have you made any changes or improvements to the property that may need to be removed or restored before you leave? Even if you think these are improvements, your landlord might not agree, and as a general rule, it can be preferable to remove alterations. By understanding the exact terms of your lease, you'll have a clearer idea of what to expect from the dilapidations survey, and it will help you to plan what needs to be done to meet your lease obligations. Before the dilapidations survey takes place, it's a good idea to carry out your own inspection of the property. This will help you to identify any issues that might need attention before the landlord surveyor arrives. You might be able to do this yourself, but you're probably better off asking a specialist dilapidations surveyor to do this on your behalf. During the inspection, look for things like wear and tear. Has the property been damaged during your tenancy? Are there any areas showing signs of neglect? There is not normally a wear and tear provision in commercial leases as you would expect in a residential tenancy. Fixtures and fittings. Are there any broken or missing fixtures that need to be replaced? Are items like lighting, plumbing or heating in good working order? Structural concerns. Are there any cracks in walls or ceilings or signs of water damage? Are the premises clean and tidy? You want to ensure everything is well maintained before the survey. Taking note of any issues you spot can help you to either fix them in advance or prepare to explain them during the survey. Once you've identified any areas that need attention, you can start carrying out repairs or maintenance work. This could involve anything from patching up small cracks and repainting walls to replacing worn out carpets or fixing plumbing issues. If you're not sure whether repair is your responsibility or the landlord's, it's best to consult your lease or seek professional advice. If you plan to complete remedial works, it would be worth asking your landlord to delay a dilapidations inspection until after your works have been completed, as this will help to narrow the scope of any dilapidations claim. When the day of the dilapidations inspection comes, it will be a rare treat for the dilapidations surveyor to be presented with a comprehensive package of statutory documentation showing maintenance and testing records relating to things like gas and heating installations, air conditioning, lifting equipment, electrical installations, and asbestos management surveys. If you're worried about the dilapidations survey or are unsure of your responsibilities, it's a good idea to seek expert advice. At Harrison Clarke, we have surveyors who specialise in dilapidations. We can assess the property and provide advice on repairs you should consider making before the survey. We can also help you to understand your legal obligations and whether you've met the terms of your lease. We will always take a risk-based approach, considering whether the tenant wants to avoid a dilapidations claim as far as possible and to settle the matter as quickly as possible, or whether they would prefer to take a slightly riskier approach to settle the matter at lowest cost possible. We will work with the tenant to explain their position based on the likely actions of the landlord. Once the dilapidations survey is complete, the landlord will usually provide you with a schedule of dilapidations, outlining any repairs or maintenance that they believe needs to be carried out. Be prepared to review this carefully. If the landlord's surveyor has identified items that you believe are unfair or not your responsibility, Make sure you raise these points with your landlord and discuss the findings. In some cases, it might be possible to negotiate a settlement where you agree to pay for a proportion of the repairs or make a financial contribution instead of doing the work yourself. This is something to consider if you want to avoid the hassle of carrying out repairs, but be sure to get any agreement in writing. Preparing for a dilapidations survey can feel overwhelming, but with the right preparation, you can help ensure that you're not left with unnecessary repair costs or unfair claims. By reviewing your lease, carrying out a pre-survey inspection, making necessary repairs and documenting the property's condition, you'll be in a stronger position when the landlord surveyor comes round. At Harrison Clarke Chartered Surveyors, we're here to help you navigate the dilapidations process with confidence. If you need assistance with preparing for a survey or dealing with dilapidations claims, get in touch today with our expert team on 020 8153 1233.